there, StarCraft fans. It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, A Legacy of the Void. It's going to be a 3v3 here in Buried Caverns featuring Falcon Paladin. On the right side, we have Team Falcon Paladin featuring myself here, and we've got ourselves a red Zerg as a teammate named Jeffrey. Yip Yip recognizes me. What's up, Yip Yip, if you're watching this? And a Teal Terran player named Squirrel. I sense some gayness going on here, says Barcode. I want in. On the left side, we've got the enemy, Yip Yip, the orange, a Protoss player. We've got a purple Terran named Barcode. I'm a girl, says Squirrel. Just watch his YouTube, says Yip Yip. And a yellow Zerg player named Death. Alright, so I do like this map. It's one of the newer maps in 3v3. It's interesting. You've got these little pocket expansions you can go back to. Have I cast a game on this map yet? I'm not sure if I have. If you watch his YouTube, we're all together. Barcode wants a link. And I'm like, yo. I guess, like, I mean, I'm trying to macro right now and everything. Yip Yip's like YouTube. And I'm like, bam, youtube.com/Falcon Paladin. Super easy. Easy to find. Do the roar, says Barcode. Wait a second. Does he know? Does he know about the... I assumed he knew about the Nidus worm, but then I was like, if he's asking who I am, did he go and watch one of my videos in the middle of this game and get the Nidus worm, you roar? Oh, I will. I said, I will make Nidus worms, but I'm not planning on making Nidus worms. I'm just trying to make them think that I am. Anyway, nothing too crazy for me here. I go 16, 18, 17 in every single 3v3. Like, honestly, if I'm getting cannon rushed, it's 16, 18, 17. It's just, I don't know, it's my build. It's my build. All right, so what are my teammates up to? Squirrel, that's funny because there's a Discord member of mine named Squirrel, and she's also a girl. She's a woman, so like, huh, it's weird. Is it naughty? Says Jeffrey, do the roar. Says Barcode. I don't even know what's happening here. Well, I'm just confused at what Barcode is talking about here, but what is Barcode up to anyway? He's making some Marines. He's got a factory coming in. He hasn't expanded yet, which is actually kind of bad in this game because everybody else has expanded. And in a team game, if you show up on your own and try to take down some, like a team of 3 who hasn't expanded, they can usually handle you fairly well. Anyway, Reaper's here from Squirrel. Got a probe kill, just kind of hanging out. Yeah, this is like, I don't know, Diamond 2 level of 3v3. I mean, nobody here's a pro. Sometimes Practice X shows up, who's a GM player. I don't know why he's in my MMR range here. He's been on my team before. I've been against him before. I always win and he's on my team, and I always lose when he's against me. So, whatever, Practice X. Like, I don't know why you're playing in the D2s, to be honest. And when I ask you about it, you don't really want to talk about it. To be fair, I'm not asking very nicely. But anyway, layer on the way from Jeffrey. I've got my 3rd base coming in. Loving all of this stuff so far. Reaper from Squirrel, getting some stuff done. Get it. Get another kill. Yes, got another kill. What's kind of distracting is when you're playing 3s, if your enemy's units are under attack, it tells you. So if your enemy has a Reaper across the map, they're taking hits. It's just your enemy is your what is it? Your what does he say? What does Avatar say? Your teammates' units are under attack, something like that. And I'm like, I know there's a Reaper over there. I don't need to know every single time somebody shoots it. A lot of banelings here on the opening here from Death. What's our guy Yip Yip up to? Yip Yip. Yip Yip is how Avatar Ing controls his flying bison. Appa. Maybe that's what it's a reference to. Maybe he's an Avatar fan. So we're walled off at the front. We're preparing for some early lings and stuff. And yeah, everything's fine. I'm getting my spores at around 4 minutes, 3:34, somewhere around there, especially if I don't know if somebody's going, what they're going, right? And we don't have a Stargate from Yip Yip, so oracles aren't really a thing today, but that's all right. Having spores for DTs and for Liberators and for Banshees, just having a spore in each of your bases is nice. My worker count's looking pretty healthy here, actually. I'm at 42 workers, which is more than anybody in the game right now. I'm very proud of that here at about 4.5 minutes. And that's about the time where I do my, yep, this is what I do. I go for the lair, I go for double evo, I go for a paneling nest, I go for a second extractor, I resaturate my main extractor, and I take 2 more extractors down here at the natural base, but I don't, oh, there it is. Yep, there we go. Hallucinated Phoenix comes in to see what's what, and there's really not much to see there. Yep, going for a 3rd Nexus at 4.5. I like that from him, and Barcode finally taking 2nd base. I don't know, man. I don't know about the... Oh, he's building Widow Mines. Why aren't you reactoring Widow Mines? Strange. Strange to be sure. Overlord gets killed by a missile turret down there. I got a Nidus coming up in my main. Oh, no! I am the one who got roared. Baneling! I mean, it's a fairly decent drone pull. Not the best Baneling control there. Stupid Lings are stupid. There it is, I said. Stupid Lings, they won't go around mineral patches to attack stuff. They always take one entrance. They can't go around, and I hate them for it. Lings are my favorite unit in the game, maybe, but man, you're dumb sometimes. So what? What did I lose there? 6? 6 drones for like 6 Banes? That is not the greatest Bane Nidus thing I've ever seen, and honestly, kind of underwhelming a little bit there from Death. But he's got Hydralisk Den on the way. He's probably going to go for Lurkers here. If you've got 2 Zergs on the other team, Hydra, Lurker, Viper is going to be what you want to do here. Obviously. Boom, boom. Creep spread looking all right for me, right down the middle. This is the main attack path of the ground. A lot of dead airspace you can fly into and drop and everything. Yip's got a decent army. Third base is getting saturated up here quite nicely. Squirrel. Got a bunch of Marines out. Working on siege tanks. Loving all this stuff. Jeffrey's walking a queen way down this way. And am I getting Nidus again? Maybe. And this is my macro hatch. Every game I'm like, do I need a macro hatch? And I'm like, yes, I do. I need a macro hatch. If I don't have a macro hatch, I'd end up floating a bunch of cash that I could use to make more drones or more Lings. I just don't have enough larvae. So yeah, a bunch of Stalkers come in, and I'm like, I don't know. Lings are good here, but I don't have any upgrades for him yet. And there we go. So he sees the Marine Ling show up. That is just the worst composition for Stalkers to deal with. So I chase them down and murderize them. And I'm remembering another Nidus somewhere. Oh, is that the enemy pinging? It is. It's yellow pinging. He's like, hey, scan over there so I can throw down a Nidus in this dude's third base. Do it. Do it now. I was like, I don't remember anybody pinging on my team. And then, yeah, that's right. So I poke up here, and I reckon... Okay, hang on real quick. I poke up here, and I recognize there's Widow Mines. And I'm like, oh, well, Ling Bane's not going to be very good versus Widow Mines, so I throw down a Hydralisk Den. Look how proud I am of myself here. I'm so proud. All right, cool. So I'm going Hydralisks. My dude Jeffrey here, he's also going Hydras. Got Zealots, got a bunch of probably too many cannons here from Yip, if we're being honest. Throwing down additional gateways. He's actually got a Dark Shrine here too, going for some Blink. And there's the Nidus, but then my Lings are on top of that one. I finally recognize a Nidus horn before it erupts inside my base and shut it down. I am oversaturating this extractor like an absolute noob right now. Another base coming up from Squirrel. I think that's her... Is that only her third? This is maybe a bit of a lower level game than I was expecting here today. So, yeah, Lurker Den there. Second Nidus Worm on the way from Death. Loving that. He hasn't really saturated his third base all that much. So, Worker kind of 63 for me, 63 for Yip. 48 for Squirrel. Where is that Nidus? There's DTs, and I'm like, I got Spores, but I don't have any Overseers. So, DT swinging around. My Hydras are starting to pop now. They're getting upgrades. Yeah, so then you come... Oh, wait. Jeffrey doesn't have Spores. Jeffrey! Safety Spores, my friend. You need the safety Spores. There's a scan, and he makes it out. He makes it out of the scan. Killing the Overlord that was providing information here, and blocking the DT. Or trying to block the DT, and I make some Overseers, and I'm like, all right. Boop. So we're going to handle the DTs quite nicely. Jeffrey's making his own Overseers, so that was fine, I guess. It's all right. Yip here's at 121 total supply. I'm at 139. Jeffrey's at 148. And Jeffrey throwing up his own Nidus over at his base. And there you go. A lot of Niduses. I'm like, do we want to go? I feel like... I've just been pretty passive. Kind of let them do whatever they want. And yeah, this is going to be a Widowmine Liberator tank setup here from Barcode, which is like... okay, I guess. He's got a third base rolling, which is fantastic. Only 110 supply, though. Both me and Jeffrey are about 100 and... Whoa, Jeffrey just about 180 supply, building a ton of something. I don't know. So, yeah. So, if this was just Ling Bane, I'd roll up here, and all the Lings would die. And I have a handful of Lings in this group. Yeah, the Liberators are kind of a problem. The Siege Tanks, there's only a couple of them, though. And so, after initially being afraid, I sent some Lings up to absorb the Baneling hits. Or absorb the Widowmine hits, then. Siege Tanks going down, and the tanks are going to die, and then the Lurkers show up from death. Lurkers! So good in this situation. So we back off, and we try to engage here with Yip Yip, who's responding to the situation. He does have some splash damage. He didn't use them against the Marines. He didn't use the Storm there. But it looks like he's going to throw down the Storms on the Hydralisks. That's what he should be doing. They're kind of stuck behind the other units here, and besides, the Stalkers are doing all right. What upgrades do they have right now? They've got +1/+1, which is not too bad. There's the Storm. Storm, 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 Storm. On the side, Squirrel's back here. Ooh, sniping on the Fusion Core. Oh, that was probably just for advanced ballistics. For the Liberators, my Hydras, yeah, I try to retreat with them, but none of them actually make it out of there. The Overseers do, though, which is nice. Can reuse those, and then, yeah, unfortunately, Barcode with his Widowmine Liberator setup is not that great against Marines. And so he just loses his main orbital. And then dropping down here on Death's side of the map, 2, just going right after his natural, where his hive is. A bunch of Hydras pop out just gosh darn in the nick of time. And by that I mean all of the Hydras are dying. These Marines currently have 2/2 upgrades. Let's look at Death's upgrades here. She's got +1 armor. Yeah, so this is going great. This is going great for Squirrel. Like, very impressive stuff. Actually, and I think I gave the impression that Squirrel could be the player from my Discord server, but no, she plays Brood War. She's not a StarCraft 2 fan. Anyway, Jeffrey's like, you don't have enough Lurkers, and I have my own Lurkers here, too. We're going to shut down Barcode's... Man, I mean, Barcode's income is just in the toilet right now. I'm coming back with some more Ling Bane Hydra right now as well. And most useless team on StarCraft 2 ever, says Barcode, and he taps right out. There's some DTs here from Yip Yip, but Overseers exist, and DTs are kind of like, if there's not detection, we're good. If there's detection, we're bad. That kind of a unit. So I'm like, all right, you're dealing with the Terran, Jeffrey. Great. Let's go ahead. Eat more Storms. This is why I don't like going Hydras all that much. It's because Storm is so good. So the Hydras are standing in. They're doing some excellent work here for me. They've got +2 armor and +1 attack and working on +2 attack. And yeah, this base is toast. The Liberators are like, they don't do anything against buildings. Yeah, and I call a GG out. Yip Yip taps right out here too. And yeah, if you guys... There's a Hearthstone video. It's like, is it imbalanced or am I an idiot? What is it? Or do I suck? Is it Ember or do I suck? That's what it is. And he... he did cast a game where the Terran in a TVZ went Mass Widowmine, and he was like, this is so bad, but it only worked because... Well, because the Terran refused to make Overseers and wasn't just making Hydras or like Broodlords to deal with the Mass Widowmine, right? He just was refusing to play it right. So I had that in my mind the whole time. I was like, all right, I can't just do what I always do. I got to get Overseers. I got to have Hydras. Let's get them upgrades. Let's get some Lings and Banes here as well. And then, on the other side, no, Lurkers. Death. Is he going to be able to, oh my gosh. Is he going to be able to win this game with the Lurkers? The answer is no, because it's just Lurkers. We have a Terran who can lift his buildings off. So, like, it doesn't really matter, right? We've got Jeffrey down here on Death's natural base. I'm wiping out his main. I'm trying to focus down his Niduses so he can't bring those Lurkers home and cause us problems. I'm recognizing, you know what? He can't win a base race. I see what's happening back here, but I'm like, we can kill all their buildings first. I really feel like we can do it. Lurkers pushing in. And, I mean, Liberators are not a bad answer here. They're really not. Oh, Death brought some Hydras. Never mind, the Hydras are gone. It's just Lurkers now. I'm pretty sure Death's entire army comp is, 17 Lurkers. So Liberator, great answer, as long as you consistently have scans, which, yeah, that's a planetary, dang it. Anyway, Bird is back here trying to wipe out what's left of the buildings, and he doesn't lift off any of the Barcode players' buildings and float them off, which he probably should have done. But Death was too busy working on the other side of the map here. Squirrel not lifting her orbital either. Barcode taps out. Like, I just... Oh, poor Barcode. If you remember, he said, these are the worst teammates ever. And it's like, look, man, you can't go like 20 Widow Mines, 3 Liberators, and 3 Siege Tanks and hope to be able to do anything here. Dude, get off the ramp, Squirrel. Squirrel, get off the ramp. Got some Lings squeezing through. Excellent stuff. Oh, no, my base is under attack. What am I going to do? It's just like, you don't have enough. He's denying upgrades. Ugh. Denying upgrade. Wait, damn. He's denying upgrades. There we go. Denies that upgrade, and all the buildings of Yip Yip are going down here too. Death does not want to leave. Hey, look who's smart. Jeffrey. Jeffrey makes some Mutalisks and everything. And he's like, yeah, that's right. I have Overseers and Mutalisks, the direct counter to Lurkers in every possible universe. Oh no, my natural base. Blah, 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 blah. Jeffrey's like, I don't care. You can kill. I'm not even running my drones. You can kill all this stuff. All your Lurkers are going to die. I bring some Lings in. It's Hydra, Marine, and GG. Bam. The winner today, Falcon, Jeffrey, and Squirrel. Yeah, so good game, Yip Yip. Good storms. Very impressed by that if you're watching this again. Barcode if you're watching it. Don't make that composition. It's bad. And yeah, you weren't that good. You're not good enough to complain about how bad your teammates are. I'm just saying. All right, good. That was a beautiful, very, very well done 3v3 from some players and a bad one from others. I mean, I was okay. I was fine. I'm not super comfortable with the Lingbane Hydra stuff, but I'm trying to get better at it. It's a good comp, obviously. It's very fun when it's working well. And yeah, no Ultralisks to be seen because the enemy had Immortals and Widow Mines and Liberators, and that was just not going to work out for my Ultras. So look at me pivoting on the fly. Ridiculous. All right, end of the day, Death ends up losing the most, 23,000 resources. Second most is 15,000 from me, actually. So, man, I did lose a bunch of stuff there, didn't I? Ended up going 47 Hydras died. Oof. 11 Banelings, a couple Overseers, 118 of my Lings. Yeah, 26 drones. That was all at the end, though. It doesn't really matter. All right, cool. So that was fun. That was a fun little Sunday cast for you. Hope you enjoyed it, because that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and 3v3 Falcon Paladin shenanigans. Go ahead, hit that like button if you liked what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
The path of ascension is